close your eyes and we're here together. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Let's hear it. Welcome. I was the lonely one, wondering what went wrong. I've had a lot of big dreams. Dinner and wine, Saturday nights. I was really in love, and I had the time. Now I still learn how we were. Laughing myself to sleep, waking up lonely. Welcome one more time. Great to be back here this evening in such a beautiful venue with so many of you. Thank you for coming. We're glad to be here. Hey. We're going to play you an old song now. It's one of our favourites, and we do hope you enjoy it. And I'm going to tell you something. I say this every night because it is the truth. We take nothing for granted. We do sincerely appreciate you coming to see us tonight. Thank you for being here. Bless you guys. Here I am. Place.
How you doing, everybody? Everybody's smiling and singing. We love it. We love that. So nice to be here on our second night. It's always nice to be here. It's always nice to be in Canada, believe me. A lot of weird stuff going on in the US, so it's nice for a little break for us. We're going to have a wonderful time tonight. This is our 5,570th show of our career. And it's going to be the best one ever. You know why? Because you're here tonight. Time magazine said we are the most romantic band in the world. I don't know how true that is, but we're going to try and prove it tonight. Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's go.
There's a chance you will be there. I'd like to know the truth. When you say I miss the things you do, I just wanna get back close again to you.
Are you enjoying the show, everybody? How about you people up there? Good, we are too. We have so much fun up here. For the benefit of people that have never seen us, I hope there's not anybody that hasn't seen us. You've never seen us before? Hands up if you've never seen us before.
Oh, that's not too bad. Where have you been for 50 years? You just casually thought, oh, I'm going to go now. It's 50 years, yeah, why not? I'm gonna go. That's okay. We like new people. But please don't be alarmed. Everyone's left the stage. Russell goes off around this time, has a cup of tea over there. He really does. And meanwhile, he'll be back in about 4 minutes. But meanwhile, I get to do whatever I want. Since my first name begins with G, we call this little section G-Spot. Are you enjoying G-Spot, everyone? I must say, I look forward to it every show. What I'm laughing at, they put like a cartoon of me with G-Spot on it. I wish you could see it, but you can't. But it's very funny. However, I do something very unusual for a rock and roll band. It always goes really quiet when I say that. I'm going to recite you a few beautiful words. And I've done this for many, many years. And the objective is for us together to go a little deeper. And these few words have a very deep meaning, which I'm sure you will understand. And I do hope you enjoy them, because if you don't, by the time you realize that, it's way too late. These few words are normally I recite something from one of my books, but not tonight, because this is really to do with our 50th year together, which is this year. This is simply called Adrift. That's not me being adrift, I'm pulling the lights down. I thought today, what can I say that has not more than once been said? What clever phrase is buried deep and still asleep inside my head? There's nothing, not a single word to conjure from our alphabet. Eric, just take, I'm going to go down here. Cool. Since it's our 50th anniversary, I'm going to play you a song I wrote 50 years ago. I started writing songs when I was 13. And this one was 50 years ago. And the interesting thing, for me anyway, is that it was I wrote this song, then 2 weeks later I met Russell, and he'll tell you about that in a few minutes. But it was very interesting, because in the song, the lyrics say, I'll always need a friend, one I can defend. And I think Russell became that friend, and many other things too, during our lifelong journey. To help me with this song, please welcome first of all on piano from the beautiful rolling hills of Tuscany, Mirko de Sandari. And from the beautiful mountains of Salt Lake City, Kat and Cassie on cello. Always need a friend. And we were all strangers, and we were all very nervous because we were about to sing together for the first time. And you never know if you're going to get fired if you don't sing in tune. So it was a very nerve-wracking experience, and there was one empty chair in the room, and it was next to me. And suddenly a gentleman entered the room. A very young gentleman, very slender, and as he walked across the room to my chair, I could hear all his jewellery rattling on the way. He sounded like Scrooge in A Christmas Carol. No, I meant Marley. It's Marley, isn't it, the ghost? So he sat next to me, and we were all like very nervous, and suddenly we all sang together, and I heard this amazing sound from the chorus. It was amazing. I'd never heard anything like it. But there was one voice that was right next to me, and I will never forget it. It was just so pure in tone, and I'd never heard anything like it before. And an alarm went off in my brain that said, you need to meet this guy, and you need to work with him. And so, after the rehearsal, I introduced myself very nervously. And the first thing he said to me was, we have the same name, which of course we do. But after we got to know each other the next couple of hours, there were so many similarities that we had. It was uncanny. For instance, neither of us have a brother. We're born 3 days apart. We both saw the Beatles when we were 14 years old. And the Beatles were the first band I ever saw. After that, it's all downhill. We came from very working class backgrounds. He in Australia, myself in England. And we never went on vacation, never had a car or a phone. But in our households, we were surrounded by most incredible love from our family, and that was all we needed. I never thought, after meeting him, that I would be singing You're Every Woman in the World to me for 50 years. So the impossible can happen. We became incredible friends. We've never had an argument, ever, in all this time. People find that hard to believe. However, if you knew him like I know him, you would understand why that's possible. Ladies and gentlemen, my dearest friend, Russell Hitchcock.
Wasn't that a beautiful song, ladies and gentlemen? Wasn't that a beautiful song, ladies and gentlemen? And, I'm going to tell you a brief story before we continue. I'm sure a lot of you can relate to this. I do a lot of shopping online. Amazon is my friend. I bought these pants from Amazon. Got them home, tried them on, they fit perfectly. Took them on the road. After 2 or 3 shows, when you start to sweat a bit, and your pants start to expand a bit, by the end of the show, my crotch will be down around there. Just kidding. I met Graham on May the 12th, 1975 in Australia, during rehearsals for the musical Jesus Christ Superstar. We still believe it's the greatest rock opera ever written. Yes, it is. I don't care if you don't believe me, it is. After only a couple of days, as Graham said, we started to work together. It was incredible for me, because I'd never been in any kind of music professionally before in my life. So, in any case, by the end of the show, which ran for about 18 months, we'd formed our supplier, released an album and a single, which both went to the top of the charts in Australia, which was amazing because we never played live. Yes, you can applaud that. On the strength of that success, we were asked by Rod Stewart's management if we'd like to open for Rod for 3 shows in Australia, and we said, we'll think about that. We were overjoyed to get an invitation like that. After the second show, Rod came to our dressing room and asked us personally if we'd like to open for him 1977 all across North America and Canada. We jumped at the chance, of course. Yes. And for those of you in the music business or wanna be, we used to wanna be, but now we are. We played every venue that you could think of that was huge, including Maple Leafs Garden, The Forum, the Astrodome, Three Rivers Stadium, Candlestick Park, the Superdome, the Enormodome, and the Dome of Domes. When you're on the road with a guy like that for over 3 months, playing to thousands of people every night, you start to think that you're pretty good. And we thought that we were pretty good. And then we returned to Australia, and we found out that we weren't good at all. We were dead in the water. We've only done this a couple of times. We realised that we had the songs written by this gentleman here, Graham Russell. We had the ambition and the drive, so we just did what we've done a couple of times, moved forward. We'd like to take you back to the early days of our career now, with one guitar, 2 voices, and the help of Mirko on piano, Kat on cello, and Cassie on cello. You guys have done an amazing job singing along so far, so let's make this no exception. And once again, we've said this a million times, it's our 50th year this year together. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you this evening, so thank you for coming once again. And for the previous 4 generations that have come to see us, you know, in the early days, you used to bring your wives, girlfriends, and lovers, or all 3. We didn't really care. Anyway, have a listen to this. It's a gorgeous song. And thank you once again for coming. It'll make them feel better and you as well. Thank you so much for coming, you guys. Stick around. I can't live without you. I can't live. I can't live anymore. I can't live.
Ladies and gentlemen, a couple of things before we get into this next song.
First of all, we'd like to thank all the staff and the crew here at Falls View. They are the absolute best. And thank you, Juliana, for looking after us so very nicely. We are a very small little family traveling around the world, playing not every night, but very close to it. We wouldn't be able to do that if we didn't have the best crew on the road. These people, these ladies and gentlemen, work really hard. You'll never see them, but tonight we're going to give them a quick shout. First of all, our lighting director from Los Angeles, Danny Gomez. Next to Danny, our live sound engineer from Tehachapi, California, Chad Walker. Stage right from Scottsdale, Arizona, our production manager and guitars, it's Cozy. Stage left, ear monitor engineer and our stage manager, originally from Puerto Rico, now living in Salt Lake City, the indisputable Eric Munoz. Our tour manager, that we stole from The Price is Right. From Lubbock, Texas, come on down, Coach Jeff!
Thank you so much. We'd like you to meet the band right now. First of all, please welcome on lead guitar. He's our music director. Obviously a phenomenal guitar player, but also a beautiful human being. Please welcome on lead guitar from Los Angeles, California, Mr. Aaron McLean. You can't have a great band without a great rhythm section. This next gentleman's a big part of that. Plays incredible bass, and he's a lovely fellow. Yes, he is. Please welcome on bass guitar from Orange County, California, Mr. Doug Young. Once again on piano and keyboards, formerly from Tuscany in Italy, now residing in Orlando, Florida. Please welcome the one, the only, Mirko Tesendere. And the newest members of the traveling circus, we have here beautiful ladies, great players. First of all, on cello from Salt Lake City, Utah, please welcome Kat Finley. Also from Salt Lake City, Utah, on cello, please welcome Cassie Olson. On drums, every night he comes out and he plays with joy and passion and a great love for what he does. And ladies, he's single. It's a great hang. We love him to death. Formerly from the Czech Republic, now residing in Los Angeles, California, please welcome on drums, Mr. Pavel Boland.
There's one more family member we must acknowledge, and that is every one of you here this evening. Thank you for being here tonight. We do hope to see you again. And before we go, we're going to play you a song, but we want you to sing with us as loud as you can. Can you do that?